Hi, YouTube. I hope you're all doing good. Happy weekend. Yeah, it is. I was thinking about sorcery and the Bible, how the scriptures tells us about, like you witches and sorcerers and whatnot, in different books. Um, but like Simon the sorcerer. Then I was thinking, like word magic. And think of how, like the children's game or the game Simon Says, you know. Um, these are all real things, by the way. Um, don't you think sorcery is real and witchcraft? And these people actually do affect things in our lives if we're not aware of it. They can affect us if we're aware of it, because it's like any type of magic is a trick or a lie. So it's not that they don't do horrific things along with that to gather energy out of the ether from their father, the devil, but this is all real stuff that they do, you know. And some people, I believe, are better at it for Satan than other people. Um, I know a few personally. I would say they were his prizes. So, yeah, just thinking about that stuff today. Jason from Archaics shared something on like timelines, how the ancient Egypt, they went by lunar years, which would have been 29 or 30 days. So their lunar cycles is what they go in. And even the Greeks, and Jason's got proof. He proves it through other um, historians and people that have written through the ages, and he's pointing out people that are actually changing the timeline by about like 9,000 years or something. For what end, I'm not sure what they think they're going to benefit out of that. I don't know, maybe trying to confuse our circadian rhythm that goes with the earth and time. Maybe they think like God's not going to take care of us, or if they, I don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it, but there are several people that it's just like when they push that we're evolved from chimpanzees. It's like this is all just so wrong. There's a lot of things that are wrong that I'll touch on in this video. Just like it says in the scriptures, the angels came down and had sex with women, and that made the Nephilim. But yet, there's people that believe that the angels were made sexless. But I say that the angels were sexless in heaven because they abstained from that. And that's what gave them their angelic strengths, um, that Satan was able to interfere with flesh and destroy that, or try to. But so, um, yeah, the Watchers, who were angels, had sex with women. Well, obviously, they had some kind of protuberance that would allow them that, you know. And it doesn't say that the angels had sex with a woman part man. It says they had sex with women. So I don't know. I just thought I'd kind of talk about that for a minute. There was something else too that I was going to point out I'll get there. Mm, I don't know. I was watching a pretty good Rex Bear about giants and Enoch and sorcery and um, some of the writings that are from the Dead Sea Scrolls, but also in like the Epic of Gilgamesh and different writings that are like probably pre-Sumerian, but they call them Sumerian tablets, the emerald tablets of Thoth and those type, you know. So, or though some people say, but it actually, from what I learned, is supposed to sound like thought, like the emerald tablets of thought is how you say it. From what I've, from the people that taught me, that wrote the shit, you know, yeah. But anyway, that's my interjection on that. But I don't know. I guess really what is on my mind, what's staying on my mind is the mental state of the whole world and the people that are in position to make a difference in them areas don't seem to really be standing up for what is obviously a flesh and a spiritual war. Even sometimes within a own person's self, you know. But yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, it is so important if people aren't aware of it. You know, witchcraft is, well, witchcraft are they going to use on you next? You can think of it like that. Because if, well, they'll try several at a time, but if one doesn't work, they'll try to come up with plan A, B, C through Z, you know. Really, all it is about is so the working class still has to work and they don't. That really, and their family members don't, and they can separate themselves by virtue of no virtue, but class. So, what their ulterior motive is like in the days of Egypt, where there was the rulers and there was the slaves. That's it. Nothing in between, you know? You had Pharaoh's house, and everybody else was slave to the city or whatever they considered themselves, you know. But that type of regime is what they're shooting for. That's when they have the most control, is when they can limit the amount of people that are working for them and make them utterly controllable through their food and health and hygiene and families, everything, you know. And now, like a friend of mine found out, our pets. Yeah, my Bathsheba died sooner than she would have. So did my dog Lady, and so did my horse. And all of these animals were taken care of with expert care and extra love like nobody's pets. And so it just wasn't natural, you know. No, no. And they do use our pets. They'll make them sick, like I was saying yesterday. What kind of sick person is going like part listening to the WHO last year and different entities telling people to put their pets down because they could, share the same type of sicknesses. That's pretty sick. And then see, because a lot of people don't believe that animals have spirits and that they go to heaven. And like Robin's Hood mentioned, there's horses in heaven. Yeah. And how about when, and you wrote it on your video, um, my dog will lick your blood. That's from God. Um, Two, if you think about it, like if you call somebody a dog, well, these people think that we are like animals, and to lick somebody means to, like, whatever, you know, lick them. So maybe your blood, my dog will lick your blood, that type of, like that. So maybe that's how it's actually meant, that no dog is actually going to lick somebody's blood, but they do deserve that. If they could feel that in their mind's eye and not actually have it happen, if they could have nightmares of wolves eating parts of their body for the rest of their life, that would be a beautiful thing. You can't believe the nightmares these witchcrafts had caused me and the things they've done to me in my sleep. So what I'm saying isn't far-fetched or like non-compassionate. This would put them people in an immobile state like they have done to everybody, so they can hardly even work. And they want you strong, but yet they want you weak. Just strong enough to work, weak enough to behave. That's exactly that type of personality. You have two types of personalities on this planet as far as good or evil, one or the other. There is no in between. Nope, there is not. And birds of heaven. There's, let's see, there's all kinds of references to animals in the scriptures, about heaven and animals. So, yeah. But, the thing is, what do people believe, you know, and why, it could sound like a fantasy at least a couple times a week. I have this friend on Facebook and I like him. I mean, he's not offensive, doesn't bother me, but he's like, for the last 2023 years, y'all been waiting for your Christ to come back. I didn't say anything. I might have even laughed at him. It's like, whatever. He knows where I stand with all that. It's been years now. I used to say something and it's like, no, but I'll put things through, and he's hearing me. He's seeing it. So whatever, he can keep playing them games. You know, that's somebody that I think actually has a really good heart that was burnt by a church and believes in his creator, but not Christ. You know, is there a chance? Yeah, I'd say, like I say, there's good or bad. Even if people don't know the name of Christ, it doesn't mean they're not going to enter our Father's kingdom. Not at all. There isn't a magic word that they have to say. It's actions that they have to prove that are inside. They want that to be inside of them for that kindness. If they don't have that kindness, they really can't fake it. It's just pretending to be nice then. They're not actually kind, like my kind, you know, and our kindness. But I do often share a meme that says, do not mistake my kindness for weakness. Don't ever do that. That would be a big mistake. Just ask some people that learnt that firsthand. Yeah. I had one of my youngest son's girlfriend get a hold of me, and she asked about him, what he was doing, and I said he's in jail, drinking a couple of tickets, or I think two, probably not showing up for court, probably on hard drugs, God knows. I don't know. But I just told her I don't talk to him. He's not welcome here last time I talked to him. And told him he's impulsive and dangerous. And she said, well, she never experienced that. And I thought, well, okay, I'm done. I had told this woman that he knocked the eyeball out of a little, pretty blue-eyed little, she's probably 5'4", maybe 5'6", somewhere in between there. Just a not real big lady. Knocked her eyeball out of her and had damn near broke her eye socket. Was hanging out and they had to put it back in. That was just one time. It's like you don't want to play with these Larson men. Don't even go there. I mean, we want to be friends, but if you're ever alone and you don't have anybody that cares about you, you are so. And I'm not the only person that could tell you this about those, but I'm telling you, it's the truth. These people are not human like you're human. Or maybe you're not. Maybe it doesn't bother you. But it's not, oh, he didn't hit his last girlfriend because she was cuter, or he doesn't want to hit his mother when he's coming down off his drugs or nothing. No, it's 'cause you're so special that he doesn't want to hit you. That's why, right? Okay, try again. That was the wrong answer. It's because these people have a mental disorder from being abused and they don't want to face the trauma that they've been through. And so all hell is breaking loose within them. That's what's happening. And you can't turn a sow's ear into a silk purse. God can, but I wouldn't take the time to monkey around with pure evil and pretend it's not, because unless you're in the same camp, because if you don't believe what I'm telling you, and I could take with my martial arts either one of my kids down. It's that I don't ever want to be confronted with that again, because I've been put in that position, and it's not a very nice thing. It's not like trying to reprimand a tiny child. These men are over 6 feet tall and like 250 solid pounds, so you just don't really play, and they're trained killers. So, yeah, I don't know if that doesn't, and on drugs and drinking, so if none of this is making sense, God be with you. That's all I can say. So, yeah. It's not that I can't take care of myself, it's that I don't feel like I want to be put in that position anymore. And if I have to be, well, I don't think God will put me in that position. I think He can intervene and He will, but I still have to stay diligent and aware. I can't be stupid about things. So, like I've been out in public and I've had like gangsters behind me, and I'm a little gangster myself, so I hear what they're thinking. But as you get older, you better be even more aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in a position where you can be harmed. If you're going to go out with somebody that their mother tells you that they're impulsive and dangerous, I would heed my warning and take your time and meet this person in public places for dates and do not be alone with him. That's my opinion. So, just telling you. And I'm not sorry at all to protect women from my kids like I've tried to do a lot. So, and this is not out of jealousy. I have a daughter-in-law that's totally adorable and beautiful, and um, four amazing granddaughters. So it has nothing to do with any feminine issue towards another woman or anything. That is not me. I love my girls, every one of them, you know, and I'm including the mom in there too. Um, she's mine because she needs me like that. And yeah, a daughter-in-law becomes your daughter. That's who she is then. Even if your son isn't good to her, that's still who this woman is in my heart. So when I say something, please listen. And if you don't, I do wish you the best. You're a really pretty lady, and I know you mean well, and so do I. We all want companionship, so I can't really blame you, because, yeah, John's a pretty good-looking kid. Guy, man, thing, whatever. So, but how nice is he? And was it fake? Or did you really notice when he wasn't being nice? And did he laugh it off? Did he get you to laugh it off? Yeah. Just examine things really close when you get close to people. Yeah. Because, yeah, narcissism is real sorcery and witchcraft. If you really want to get down to it, that when somebody will do anything for their gains, they will do anything. And probably have. Oh, I wish everybody the best, and I want the Christ Spirit to come up in everybody's heart. Everybody that believes in God is hoping for the same thing. We're all doing this at the same time, so surely God's got to hear us, right? you know, I think He is helping. I don't think it's really being seen in the public eye, really, like the changes that are being made. Starting with us and pinpointing monsters. Call out your local monster. That's my new motto. Call them out, expose them to the world, expose your local monster. You know, do it if you're safe enough, I guess. You know, I don't always take that into consideration. In fact, I will, if somebody tries to put a tinge of fear in me, they're going to be sorry. You don't do that to me. You know, like I got startled last night and I told Doug, don't do that to me again. And he said, huh? And I knew he knew what I meant. I said, never mind, just forget it. Because I'm thinking, so what if it makes my heart jump? Maybe it'll just stop next time and I'll be with God so He can do that as much as He wants. Go for it. You know, I was scared on purpose one time when I was pregnant. Somebody thought they were pulling a joke on me, and I was startled so bad the baby hit the top of my womb, you know, as I was walking, and somebody jumped out at me. Wicked, huh? Yeah, it's a wicked world. And what a wicked web they weave when first they practice to deceive, one lie after another to keep covering up the other lies. Total orchestration of bullshit. You know, it's amazing. The language, everything, sciences, nutrition, everything. I mean, come on. When they put like Lucky Charms over lean beef or chicken or protein like that, are you kidding me? You know, and then the eggs and meat and protein are on there on the scale, but that what would be a better calorie food for you to consume to burn, for your body to burn off? Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops with all that artificial flavor and red and yellow and green dye, the killer cancer causing agents. And our government says that that's okay. These people, and then in Lucky Charms, for instance, has oats in it that are GMO modified. There are no oats in our country that are not genetically modified. And if they are, they're not from here. Or they're a small farmer doing something locally, like with corn or something. Same GMO stuff in everything. Just like I've been craving Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms, Fruit Loops, and Cocoa Krispies or something like that. Or all of them. But I don't, and I haven't for years. But I might. I might. Coming up here, I think I'm going to get the Malto Meal brand that's made here in Minnesota. They have like Colosso Crunch instead of Captain Crunch, and oh geez, other ones. They're not Lucky Charms, but there's something else like that. You know, I might go the cheaper route. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I have like Rice Krispies and corn flakes and stuff. And I do have oats, but we haven't been eating them. So I'm allergic to them anyway. And all whole grains, just about. I can't have, I'm not supposed to even have grains or seeds like flax seeds, sunflower seeds, soybeans, no beans, no legumes, nothing. But I do eat some of those things, you know. I'm not really supposed to have like tuna fish, but last night I made a tuna salad, and so I didn't have a lot. I had 2 ounces, which isn't a lot, you know, with lettuce and cucumbers and different stuff, you know. So, and it wasn't too bad because I had taken some homeopathic uh, uh, allergy stuff. I forget the name of the stuff. It's like TALPHAH, and it's some, I think it's Indonesian in origin. It's got 3 different, like plants in there that help with digestion and inflammation, which fish would do to me, and other things, you know. So, yeah, seemed to help. And I actually slept really great last night. I couldn't believe it. Doug had gotten up and made coffee, and it was about 8, just a little after 8, maybe 5 minutes after, and I got up, and I did not hear him. He had to go right past me to get the coffee and back again, and I didn't hear a thing. So I slept really sound. I remember waking up maybe a couple times. Usually I wake up a lot more, but yeah, I've been sleeping a little better. That's good. Get my schedule back again a little bit. Trying to. Yeah, got some laundry and dishes done and cleaned out my garbage can, you know, just household stuff. Other stuff. My exercises. Yeah. Gonna make a beef roast tonight with vegetables and slow roast it in the oven. I'm gonna brown it first and then throw vegetables in and bake it. So, yeah. It's warm here. It's like probably about, oh, close to 85. It was 80 degrees at noon here, so it's warm, which is nice. I like it. It's hard to work in, and I know Doug's out there working on the tractor, so yeah, it's I gotta move my leg. I have trouble sitting still. I have a really bad hip. I hurt. Um, it's hard for me to sit in one position just, and my leg, I really injured it bad. So when I'm moving around and stuff, I mean, I'm hyper anyway, but and I saw that one of the things for schizophrenia was like constant movement. That I know can be like a bit crazy, but that's more like you'll see in really disturbed people. Uh, Israelites do that. Isn't that odd? It is odd. You know it is. Yeah, it's weird. See, other cultures do some weird things like the whirling dervishes. If you've ever spun around and then you try and spin yourself in the back in the other direction, you know, when you're a little kid, you'll end up falling down. So it really is an art, but these people go into a demonic trance, and it's like on the pet goat too, where that whirling dervish will take off up into the air while he's meeting Satan up in the air, and that all the thoughts that he gathered from ground level he brings up into the ether for his master, and that's who they serve. And I don't care who says what, if you're associated with that, I know you, whatever. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. You know, God doesn't have a religion. Neither does Christ. They call it Christianity, but it wasn't called anything when he was walking this earth. That's like calling God's religion God. Godstians, you know, whatever. There's no religion for everybody on the planet. You either are good or you're bad. It's just the way it is, you know. Wouldn't you agree? I would say probably 75% of the people on the planet are kind of somewhat pretty decent human beings. I mean, you can talk to them, maybe not really deep conversations and deep thought or anything like that, or maybe go back to about 70%. Then you got 30% that are really not very good people at all, you know? And that's like a third of the population, you know? And if you think about it, I was thinking about this today. Did you know, well, not just today, but the United States of America is the biggest consumer of child pornography? That's disturbing, isn't it? To think that you walk by somebody that thinks about sexually abusing a child in a city, you know, or wherever. It could be out in the country here, it could be one of my neighbors, but just the thought that somebody could get off by looking at a little person, that's entirely disturbing. And that United States of America would be the biggest consumer of that. That's startling. But then just not our country either, you know. That's the hell of it. So anyway, I guess the moral of the story is if somebody seems not to be as nice as what they're cracked up to be, then it's probably a lot worse under the surface than what you even realize, or you do realize. And if they're connected with that dark force, then they're doing some pretty awful deeds in general. It will harm others regardless. That's how they operate. That's what their organization is. Orchestrated against the innocent, period. Yeah. Okay, have you ever been with somebody that did some really shady stuff? Oops, excuse me. And you might even participated to a certain extent, but you couldn't stand it anymore, and then you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want anything to do with any of this. And then they turn on you like a snake. Yeah, I've had that happen a lot in my life, you know, where I would be a little passive around people that were doing some pretty awful stuff and not really saying much. And that made me a part of it, you know. Yeah. You know, by proxy, by proximity. It's like when you get caught with, what is it, like meth or something. From what I understand, if they raid your house for meth, they'll take everybody that's there. They're not selective. Everybody's guilty. It's the same type of scenario when you are in league with the dark force. No matter what the extreme, just a little bit, doesn't matter. You're helping them. So that's where we have to make a stand and alienate people that we may care about. But yeah, your self-preservation is the only thing that matters, you know. When it comes to that, nobody else is viable. It's just you and God. And anybody that comes in between that is coming in between that. So just thought I'd remind everybody. I'm sure you don't need to hear that. Yeah, I'm sure you all really know that anyway, but well, I'm going to leave this here today. I've got to go get a roast on after a while here. I'm going to, oh, I don't know, maybe not right away, but yeah, I think I'm all talked out for now. Thank you for joining me. I'll talk to you tomorrow, I think, and have a beautiful night or day wherever you're at. Peace.